This graph shows the number of college degrees awarded to men and women. So women is on top, but that's not implying that women had more degrees, okay? It's just meant to show the difference between the two. This isn't a type of line graph you see too much in practice, but so what we see is in 1920 there were a few degrees awarded to women, but there was more awarded to men. Still the same thing in where are we at? Around 1950, definitely a lot more men. There's a lot more blue at 1950 than pink here, than women. Okay. Okay, so answering the question here, the number of college degrees awarded to men in 1930 was, if we look on the y-axis, it's in 100,000s. So here's 1930, and we go up to almost, it's a little bit below 100,000. So 75,000 looks to be the best estimate out of those options. The number of degrees awarded to women. So if you look at 1930, the amount awarded to women starts at 75,000, and it ends at, seems to be like 125,000, so it looks to be around 50,000. But that's really tough because it's hard to see that graph. So I think it should let you retry those. And now jumping to 1990, doing the same thing. 1990. The blue part is the degrees awarded to men. That's a little bit below 600,000. So this is our best bet here. And then awarded to women. So 1990, we start at 561,500 on the y-axis, and then we go all the way up to a little bit below 12,000. So we'll call that, sorry, not 12,000. That would be 1,200,000. So that's 11s. There we go. Okay, so because this is in 100,000s, 11 means 1,100,000, or in other words, that's 1.1 million. And I'm going with, it's a little bit below 12, so that's why I typed in the number 1,175,000, because it's a little bit below 1,200,000. And I'm going to subtract that by the amount for the men. The option we got there was 561,500, so it looks to be about something around 60,000. Oh, we don't have either one of those. So that means this estimate was off by a bit. That's not something we got directly from the graph. This is tough because it depends on what that estimate is. 1990, maybe my estimate was too high. Let's try. I dropped it down by just a bit. That's closest. Okay, I got it right, but not a super fun question because you're staring at a really, oh, I guess I could zoom in, huh? Staring at a small graph, it's hard to gather results from it. Part B, compare the number of degrees awarded to men and women in 1980 and 2000. In 1980, if we were to come up with an estimate, it looks to be about 650,000 degrees awarded to men, and then the difference here, 11, 6, there's a little bit less women than men. We can tell by the size of the graph. But in 2000, the roles are reversed. Now, the degrees awarded to men is about 500,000, and the degrees awarded to women is much more. Okay. So this is the option that says what we just said. 1980, more men than women were getting degrees. In 2000, more women than men were getting degrees. During what decade did the total number of degrees awarded increase the most? So what decade was there the greatest jump in degrees awarded? So this top line is how many degrees were awarded. In the year 2000, there was 1,250,000 degrees awarded. But that's not the biggest jump, right? What was the greatest increase? And it happens, it looks, the steepest line is between 1960 and 1970. Okay? 1961, 1962, 1963, we had a big jump in degrees. So that's the greatest increase. Compare the total number of degrees awarded in 1950 and 2000. So here's 1950. We got about 450,000 degrees awarded. So that's closest. And then in 2000, total number of degrees awarded, regardless of their men and women, that's a little bit below 1,300,000. Oh, okay, that's the end.